So they fixed the All-Star game. Not the dunk contest so much, but they did fix the All-Star game. And what's up with everybody glazing the world? Because they got they ass whooped. Well, they lost by 3 in the first game because Scotty Barnes hit that, last second three-pointer to win the game. But out of all people, why would you would never expect Scotty Barnes to hit that shot. But yeah, the world was supposed to win by a landslide because they had Wemby, Doncic, they had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, they had a dream team. But, the Stars was able to pull it out with Anthony Edwards' Herculean performance. AE showed out in the All-Star game. It was all Wemby for the first few minutes, but AE just took over. And not only did the world lose to the Stars, they lost to the OGs. With LeBron, Brunson, Big Body Brunson, Kawhi Leonard giving them the business. Yo, the world was disappointing in the All-Star game. They had a stacked squad with Jokic and all that. Jokic, Wemby, Shai, and Doncic, but they still lost. Now, I ain't gonna lie. They almost beat Team Stars with the Young Bulls, but yeah, it was a wrap. Kawhi and Anthony Edwards finished them. And this All-Star game was so competitive because you had the stars of today versus the stars of tomorrow versus the stars of, now, which is crazy. And we've been trying to get a competitive All-Star game for years, and I think, Adam Silver really got this world versus the United States down pat to a science, because people are going to want those bragging rights. And the games are short. They're not it's not just 1 or 2-hour games. They're short. So you only got I think 12 minutes or 36 minutes a game. I didn't pay attention to that much. But shout out to the OGs, LeBron, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, Brunson. They still got something to say in this NBA. It ain't all just about the young stars. It ain't all about the international stars. The NBA has a lot of stars. And a lot of people are saying, oh, no one wants to be the face of the league. The only reason LeBron is the face of the league because the NBA is doing a poor job at marketing the league. And with all the players sitting out games and everything, I think the NBA should get rid of back-to-backs, if you ask me. If they got rid of back-to-backs, I think players would sit out less because it could be, tiresome to play one night and then play the next night. Then get on the flight, take a night off, then play the next night. They tried to, solve it by having them play the same team twice in 1 week and have them in the same city, but people are still sitting out those games. But shout out to the NBA because they fixed the All-Star game, and congratulations to Anthony Edwards because he won the All-Star MVP. He went off.
Team stars.
Out his left-hand shot.
Edwards shaking big for the deuce.
He hesitated just enough, didn't he?
And assured themselves the last possession. But the problem is they got to get a stop here. A pick by Edwards. No numbers. Edwards for the lead. He's got it. He's doing the same thing he did in game 1. Taking over.
Where do you go right now if you're the Stripes?
KD. Get the ball to KD, especially with Chet. 9 seconds left. Stripes looking for the win. James
Good
inside,
pass.
out. Fox, pump. Fox for the win. Swiper
Walk off.
delivers. And the Stripes claim game 2. The last man added to the All-Star roster. Dier.
Next dead ball, Mitchell and Fox will do the same for Stripes.
On the drive and finish, Anthony Edwards.
A guy who was known for his explosive athleticism when he came in as a rookie. This is what he's added. Now 3 points.
But it's going to start at the defensive end for Team Stripes.
Edwards, bucket.
Young man always has the answer.
The Celtics take on the Lakers at 6 o'clock Eastern time.
Welcome up on Wednesday to some bullshit, man. This Giannis shit is really getting on my nerves. First they said Giannis asked for a trade. Then they said Giannis said he wouldn't ask for a trade. I feel like the easiest thing for Giannis to do at this point, he got his ring. Stay in Milwaukee, get the $270 million extension, and just let it go. Milwaukee can keep trying to add pieces around you, and it might work because the days of the big three are gone. Now I'm hearing that Giannis might be a Laker. Now that can happen if Milwaukee don't trade him and just let him play out his last year and be a free agent. Yeah, Giannis will fit good with the Lakers. Get rid of LeBron's $52 million, sign Luka and Giannis to a long-term contract, and build around Luka Doncic, and let's get it started. But another team that can really use Giannis, and the world would love if he would join this team, because this superstar that everybody wants to be the face of the NBA will get a ring. That's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Because Anthony Edwards don't get that consistent over 20 points a game score like he needs, or that consistent 15-point score a game as the third scorer that he needs. Nas Reed is up and down. Now Jaden McDaniels will get you 18 points one game, 6 points the next. So Randall, he'll get you 20 points a game. Sometimes he'll get you 15. But if you can find a way to get rid of Randall, get rid of Mike Conley, and get Giannis in there with Anthony Edwards, man, the Minnesota Timberwolves will get their championship ring. The Minnesota Timberwolves will get multiple rings in that tenure with Giannis and Anthony Edwards, because sometimes Anthony Edwards can't handle the burden by himself. He needs that guy like Giannis who can bring the ball up, who can get rebounds, that can get assists, that can get blocked shots. Because how long is Minnesota going to be able to keep this team together? They talking about Dante DiVincenzo, who's good on defense and is a 3-and-D guy. They're talking about paying him $30 million. How long can they keep Rudy Gobert, who's a 2-time defensive player of the year, maybe 3-time? He blocks a lot of shots. How long can Minnesota keep this team together without winning a championship and without adding a significant piece for Anthony Edwards to ball out in? Because the Minnesota Timberwolves been to the Western Conference Finals a couple of times. They beat the Lakers in the first round last year with LeBron and Luka. So this championship run for Anthony Edwards might end soon, and they might be in the rebuilding stage with one of the best players in the NBA. Like, if I'm a Laker fan, so I'm selfish. I would like to see Giannis go to the Lakers, but a more realistic, destination that would fit perfectly is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, other people got assets they want to trade, but they don't want to part ways with them. Like Houston don't want to part ways with, Sagun and Amin Thompson. The team that got the draft capital, OKC, they're not trying to mess up that young core by trading him and get Giannis. They feel like they can win multiple championships and start a dynasty with the core they have. So I feel like Giannis and the Minnesota Timberwolves, you pair him with Anthony Edwards, that would be the perfect piece that Anthony Edwards and the city of Minnesota would need to win the NBA Finals and get multiple championships. Because I feel like the Minnesota Timberwolves championship run might be ending soon. I mean, because Denver won it, then OKC won it. You see what I'm saying? And then before that, you had the Boston Celtics win it from the East. So, this championship run or this championship window for Minnesota could be closing soon if they don't get Giannis. Because, Randall was just Randall. He is who he is. He was who he was in New York. He's who he is in Minnesota.
Gather with the ball.
Watch that. That's just one dribble right there.
Right here. How many steps?
Gather.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, we could have played till we're 50.
Edwards one-on-one against Jones. Got to the paint. Oh, he caught a massive body.
Up to 18. Edwards on the steal. Edwards, what a move to the rack.
Just saw it, so let's check it out. Watch this. Gets him up in the air. No one there. And Anthony Edwards is feeling it.
As a Laker fan, I'm growing tired of this LeBron James BS, bro. First, they saying 2 weeks ago they were saying they wanted LeBron to move on. The Lakers are expected to, move on from LeBron. Then the week after that, they're saying LeBron is expected to be asked to take a significant pay cut. Now this week, a reporter comes out and saying the Lakers will be welcome to have LeBron back. And I hope the Lakers are not falling for the cloutness of LeBron, because LeBron does bring you a lot of clout. But I'm telling you, I've been a diehard Laker fan. And when the Lakers sucked and they had all them young players like Ingram, Ball, and Julius Randle, when they came to cities like DC, Cleveland, New York, Brooklyn, those nosebleeds were still like $300. So imagine what the courtside seats was and what the regular good seats was. They were still expensive because they were the Lakers. Now they probably went up some because LeBron was there, but the Lakers, even when they sucked, their tickets was expensive when you were an out-of-state team and they was coming to your town. When they played the Wizards and they had Julius Randle and Brandon Ingram and they wasn't good at all before they got LeBron, those tickets was high as hell because they were the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like the Lakers really need to just let LeBron walk. You know what I mean? Like, because if they let LeBron walk, that would show fans that the NBA is ready to move on. And he won't retire a Laker. He can go back to Cleveland and retire a Cavs. But if the Lakers let LeBron come back and they get another first round exit, that goes Luka Doncic's trajectory of winning the title back another 2 to 3 years. So Luka might not want to resign. You know what I mean? So we seen Luka with Kyrie Irving and some rim runners, and the roster that fits his team can go to the NBA Finals. So he might need somebody else with like Giannis. But if you surround Luka with Peyton Watson, Amin Thompson, if he's a free agent, or Tariq Eason, with Austin Reeves, and you get another rim running big in free agency, they can make the finals with that squad. You don't need another superstar with Luka. You just need another solid team. Because when Luka went to the finals with Kyrie Irving, Kyrie was buns, cheap juice. You know what I mean? Luka had to carry that team to 2 wins. So Luka doesn't necessarily need a super team to win the finals. I feel like if the Lakers can get rid of Rui, uh, Marcus Smart, and I think you can keep Aiton. He can be a backup because Aiton do produce sometimes, but he's a role player. I don't know why people get mad when Aiton has a slow game. Like he's a star. He's not a star. But LeBron, if he doesn't take a significant pay cut, like 25 million, and try to get that same 53, you can just let him walk and add a few pieces. Like Peyton Watson, he can score a lot of points. He can play defense. Not saying he's better than LeBron, but he's better than LeBron on defense, and you won't get put out the first round with Peyton Watson playing defense and some solid players that you can put around Luka Doncic. You just won't. So I know it's no basketball on until Thursday and Friday. It's the All-Star break, so they just making up stories. But just say what it really is. The Lakers would like to have LeBron back, of course, but at a significant pay cut. Don't act like they would like LeBron back at his full salary. Because 2 weeks ago, y'all was just saying that the Lakers are ready to move on. And then this week, it's like, oh, the Lakers will be happy to have him back. When the week before that, it's, you know, LeBron will be asked to take a significant pay cut. You know what I mean? Then the week before that, it's like, okay, the Lakers are ready to move on from LeBron. Which one is it? And that's why it should always be about the Lakers and not LeBron. You know what I mean? As a diehard Laker fan, I'm just ready to move on from LeBron. I'm sorry. LeBron has been with the Lakers 8 or 9 years, longer than he's been with the Cavs, longer than he has been with the Heat, and only got one championship. And he's 41. It's a wrap. The Lakers is not getting another championship while LeBron is on that roster.
Wherever you may be, Spectrum Sportsnet stolen. Here goes LBJ.
Do not try to replace the UFC with WWE. It just doesn't work. SmackDown was on Fox for like 4 years, and they had a 5-year deal looking to extend. Fox cut it. There's like, we're ending this. We're leaving it early. We're not getting a return on our investment. The thing is, you can't mix real sports with kayfabe, which a lot of people call wrestling fake, which it is fake because it's, scripted, but those are talented guys. Everybody can't do what they do. But getting punched in the face for a living and not knowing who's going to win before the match starts is a whole different level of crazy and athleticism. So now ESPN buys the rights to show pay-per-views. And this presented a certain ick, both for ESPN fans and WWE fans. Because ESPN fans that like real sports like basketball, football, boxing, and UFC don't want ESPN getting in the bed with WWE. People already think things is fixed because of sports gambling. Now you add in WWE where everybody knows it's fixed to the fold. And then WWE fans that say WWE is our thing. We don't want to mix it with NFL football and NBA. Monday Night Raw, which is WWE's flagship show, is on Monday that directly competes at the same time as Monday Night Football because wrestling fans don't give a fuck. They want to watch WWE instead of the NFL. So it's a certain ick right there for WWE fans. Now they were not paying anything for pay-per-views. They were getting pay-per-views on Peacock. Sometimes Peacock is $1 a month, and they was getting pay-per-views for $1 a month. For years, probably over 10 years, you paying $1 a pay-per-view. Now you gotta pay ESPN $30 a month to get their app, and you get the WWE pay-per-views for free. But the thing is, all WWE fans are not sports fans. I ain't gonna lie, $30 a month on ESPN app to get WWE pay-per-views, NBA games, NFL games, Major League Baseball games, hockey games, boxing, Sports Center, First Take is a good deal if you like sports and don't want to pay $100 a month cable bill. But it's not a good deal if you're just a wrestling fan. And the thing WWE is upset about, ESPN is going to be credible. If WWE has a bad card, ESPN won't lose credibility by saying the card was good. They're going to say it's garbage. ESPN, when they do the wrestling awards, they're going to look at AEW, WWE, NWA, Impact Wrestling, TNA, and say who has the best pay-per-view, who has the best wrestlers, who has the best tag team, who has the best matches. And this year they did the same thing Sports Illustrated did. They gave all those major awards to All Elite Wrestling, and WWE ain't got nothing. See, what WWE is, they're used to having control over everything. But ESPN is so big and powerful, they can push you to the back burner and don't gotta cover you. You ever notice they only promote WWE 3 days before the pay-per-view? Well, that's who you chose. And now WWE is just like a mess. It's a shit show. No one wants to watch it anymore. So they had WrestleMania in Vegas last year. They said this year we're gonna put it on in New Orleans. Now they changed their mind and it's being back in Vegas. People are mad because they said Vegas fleeced them last year and they're saying Vegas is too expensive. I go to Vegas every year, like twice a year. Vegas is not expensive. WrestleMania and the WWE ticket prices were expensive. You can find deals in Vegas, good deals. So Vegas is not expensive. Y'all blaming WWE ticket prices on Vegas, saying Vegas is expensive. Now, Vegas is expensive if you go in clubbing and you want to buy a $50 watered down drink. Yeah, Vegas is expensive if you want to go to a 5-star hotel like the Wynn and pay $350 a night that you're not going to be in all day, plus $100 resort fee. Yeah, it's expensive if you do that. But if you're just walking around, going to the WWE events, going to the WWE store, the free indie shows, Vegas is not expensive. Now, the WWE is going to be expensive when you try to buy those meet and greets for $400, $500 a wrestler for you to say hi, give them a hug, and take a professional picture. You might run down on one of the motherfuckers in the streets and just get a selfie for free. You know what I mean? They're not going to tell you no. So, WWE made a few crucial mistakes. And it's not getting any better because when no one's talking about WWE, no one's talking about nothing else. Like the AEW fans are not as vibrant and are passionate about promoting AEW covering AEW shows every week, talking about AEW every week, if they can't talk about the counterpart WWE. Now, WWE fans and creators can just talk about WWE. But you see, they're not doing it now because the product is so bad. From the advertisements on the ring that's looking cheesy to it being on Netflix, USA, and then ESPN, you having to pay $7.99 a month just for the Netflix show, and then Raw being 3 hours. It's like WWE is really a shit show now, and the ESPN deal is presenting a huge ick for both the ESPN sports fans. They don't want WWE on ESPN. You know what I mean? And WWE fans don't want WWE on ESPN either. You know what I mean? So real sports fans and wrestling fans are both giving WWE the side eye. Like, what the fuck is you doing? So it's just a shit show. And you can say, well, they only got the pay-per-views. Well, the pay-per-views shape your company. If you're not promoting Raw because Raw's on Netflix, if you're not promoting SmackDown because SmackDown is on USA, when your pay-per-view shows up on ESPN, the ESPN guys is not don't even know anything about the matches or about the build-ups because the matches and the shows are not on WWE. So it's just like the WWE, when they do have an interview on ESPN, it's like Stephen A. joking around like Paul Heyman, someone asking Seth Rollins what his favorite outfit, sneaker, or suit is, and how is your opponent when they don't know nothing about his opponent. I don't know. It's just starting bad, this ESPN. ESPN is overshadowing WWE, and it's not giving WWE the right promotion it needs.